Coach, it's obvious you guys had a really good game plan for holding a lot of aggressive swings, a lot of big barrels. I mean, what is it you guys saw that made you feel like you could have some success against them?
Well, I just think Coach Go, we've been talking about it all week, and the plan was kind of try to take the fastball away. And I think they did a good job with that. We had some big swings early, and they've been practicing on that fastball. That kid's one of the best in the country, if not the best. So, but I thought our guys did a great job. We had some big swings in there.
Tanner?
Hunter Hines, 2 home runs tonight, obviously huge for this team. What was the conversation with Hunter like, during that slump that he was through? We kept him in the same spot. Just kind of elaborate on that.
It's just, this is a tough game. I mean, we played, I think it's the toughest game out there, especially mentally. And there's expectations, there's draft, there's everything. It's been one to get to a good fundamental place with a swing. I think that's been huge. And, you're trying to get them to relax a little bit. They're just trying to do too much. They're swinging a little harder, probably gripping a little tighter. And, he looked like he was in the groove tonight. So that was nice to see. I thought him and Logan Kohler had some big at-bats for us.
Steve?
With a lot of other guys.
You didn't have Nate Doan available tonight, so you go with Sierra, and I know we get you through the order once, but Nolan Stevens comes in just absolutely outstanding. How would you kind of characterize the effort from your pitchers tonight?
Awesome. Even Evan, he got us going in that game. His pitch count isn't, we ran into it with both guys. You could just see him fatigue a little bit at the very end. And Evan, that happened to Evan. We just haven't had him that high. And it's a tough night because we, you don't have Dome. And then on top of that, you have the 2 midweeks, and then we go extra innings. So, man, the bullpen's a little taxed. You're looking at it. Nolan Stevens just solved every problem with that performance he had. I mean, that is a coming out party. And he's been good, but that was special performance tonight.
Alex?
Coach, talking more about Nolan and looking at what he did tonight, I mean, he pitched like he was a senior 5th-year guy on the mound. Is that something that you guys have kind of expected out of him coming into this season? Did you expect it to happen, as quickly as playing the number 2 team in the country and him doing this?
I don't know if you expect a freshman to do that right off the bat, no matter. I mean, he's super talented. I mean, you saw that tonight too, but he really has. He's pitched with a lot of poise this year. He had a big home run on Wednesday night. I mean, this kid's a baseball fanatic. I mean, he lives the game, and I think that's one reason he came to Mississippi State, because he wanted to be in a town where it was all baseball, and he's just a special player. I'm sure you may see him out there swinging the bat over the next 2 days. I mean, he can just do a lot of things for you.
Steve, I guess, too, can you give us an update on Nate? And secondly, what does it say about your club to rally around these younger guys without your Friday night starter and beat a guy who hadn't allowed a run the entire season?
I think we face a guy who he's giving up a run tomorrow either, so we've been kind of giving him a hard time about it. But I think our 2 assistant coaches in charge of those 2 spots, Go getting the hitters ready and then Park getting those pitchers ready, they've been awesome in that. Nate's progressing, and so we, I feel like he's a little better every day. And he's not available this weekend, obviously, but I think things are trending in the right direction. You don't know everything, but he's been better the last couple of days.
Jeff?
Obviously Wednesday night, no one's setting a home run over the wall. Tonight he's giving you almost 6 innings. I guess, what does that say about him as a freshman to come in and be able to split that time working with the pitchers and also with the hitters and just be able to make a big impact right away?
It's actually really hard. You used to see a lot more 2-way players, and I've had a lot in my career. It's harder and harder because everything's become so specialized, and he gets stretched. I mean, he is. You haven't hit tomorrow. I'm sitting here thinking as I'm walking in here, do we lift him and get him ready to pitch next week, or do we, does he have batting practice, or there's a lot of decisions to make about it because that body's going to be tired. Judy he was out yesterday sick. He wouldn't even come to practice. Maybe he should come to practice more often. So it's like that. But he just, so that all those different things come into it. So you're really coaching him is really delicate at times, and it takes a lot out of him.
Tanner?
Been a heck of a couple days for Aaron Downs. Had a couple really great hits tonight. Do you see him being able to kind of mature or come into that starting spot in left field?
Yes. I mean, and I got Bryce Chance can and Nolan Stevens can too. We have a handful of players right there that could really help us, and so I think he can. I mean, if you came out and watched us take BP, I mean, he's standing right there with Dakota taking BP in terms of how far the ball flies and everything else. It's taken him a little while to get in the lineup and get comfortable, and I think we're seeing that right now. He's a special talent.
Doug?
Coach, there's sort of a chicken or egg thing there. Hunter gets a home run, it ties up the game, and Nolan comes in and it's just slowing people down. Was there a point there where you could kind of feel the game pivot and you felt like we're gonna win this thing?
I did. We got the 2-out hit to make it 4-3. I felt like, oh wow, and Nolan's pitching the way he is. I felt our kids grab that momentum. I mean, they played with a lot of energy tonight. Really competed tonight. And you look up and down this box score, everybody had some success, and then everybody had some failure in the game too. And so I really commended them after the game of, you know, in SEC play, you can't put your head down and feel sorry for yourself, you know, and they didn't tonight, man. They competed every pitch of that ball game.
Steve, I know you're really happy to have David Mershon on your team, but he is an absolute terror on the base pass. I mean, can you talk a little bit about the stress he puts on
Me? He's stressing me out is what he does. I'm looking at him, we'll take the lead off the lefty. He's taking the lead off the third. I'm screaming at Cheese because they're back picking, but he drives you crazy. And it's an elite base runner. It may be his best skill. And it's been like that, I mean, since ever we saw him as a sophomore in high school. But yeah, he's stressed. I'm yelling at Cheese literally in that one inning because they about pick him off and his lead's too big, but he becomes a distraction. And when he's out there, it's amazing how many better swings our hitters get.
Kind of following up on that too, like when he's at third and he gets 40 feet down the bag, down the baseline, it's like the third baseman has to adjust to that. The pitcher's got to pay attention. The catcher's getting nervous back there. Do you see that pay off for the hitter?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you see them miss pitches, you see them fall behind. What I saw tonight when he was on base, they fell behind the next hitter every time. Now I know Dakota's not getting the most pitches, but still, it wasn't even, balls weren't even competitive, and he does a really good job. He immerses, he baseball savvy through the roof.
Danny B.
Coach, what does it say about your team? Go down 3-2, they get a couple of home runs, and it didn't seem to focus tonight.
It didn't tonight. No, it didn't. They played well. Yeah, that was a tough third because Evan was cruising. But that's, I mean, look at that. I mean, you're playing LSU, like all the big hitters. I mean, they're going to have their time, and we have to respond. And that's been the message. Like I said, is just keep playing. I mean, we know we've played them too many times over the years. And, you know, they were excited to play tonight.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank y'all.
Thanks,